Hello, my name is Wahauwouele Coulibaly. I come from Ivory Coast. Sorry for my English because I am Francophone. The title of my presentation is Pedococcus atelactici and Pedococcus pentazosois strain as potential probiotics for enhancing the growth performance of Nile tilapia in Ivory Coast. Fish is the second source of animal protein in Ivory Coast after cow and chicken meat. However, the aquaculture production dominated by Oreochromis niloticus species was largely insufficient to meet national demand estimated at between 2,050 250,000 and 300,000 tons per year. According to previous study, low-cost agro-industrial byproducts of plants such as wheat bran, corn bran or rice bran, and low rice flour were used in feed for fish nourishment in fish farming in West Africa. These plants also contain various anti-nutritional substances that can disrupt appetite, digestion, nutrient absorption, and metabolism, affecting the growth of sometimes the health of fish. In addition, inappropriate application of antibiotics to stimulate fish production could lead to undesirable disorders such as imbalance in microbiota, poisoning, reduced immunity, and predisposition to the development of disease. In view at low level of fish production, improvement feed formula that offer numerous advantages and health guarantee, namely resistance to disease and improved growth. This improvement in fish would be possible through the use of probiotics. Several studies have demonstrated insight and beneficial effects associated with the administration of native probiotics in fish species, including high feed conversion efficiencies, provision of nutrient, enzymatic input of digestion, increased growth performance, and stimulate of immune system. The, the aim of this research was to assess the growth performance of Nile tilapia Oreochromis niloticus nourished with enriched feed with Pedococcus acidulactis and Pedococcus pentazosin isolated and identified from intestine of the same fish during the three stages of rearing. The lactic acid bacteria species Pedococcus acidulactis and Pedococcus pentazosin used in this study were isolated and identified from intestine of tilapia Nile Oreochromis niloticus. The potentiality probiotic of this species was have been in vitro demonstrated in previous study. You can see the picture of uh, a publication of a first publication where the lactic acid bacteria were studied. For the incorporation of microorganisms in fish feed, the probiotics lactic acid bacteria were incorporated in fish food by spraying Pedococcus acidulactis and Pedococcus pentazosin according to the method described by Shemlal Keras. A total of three probiotic-treated feeds and one control. In summary, four groups were tested as below. The group 1 nourished with feed, commercial feed and Pedococcus acidulactis. The group 2 nourished with feed, commercial feed and Pedococcus pentazosois. The group 3 nourished with commercial feed and mix of Pedococcus actilaxis, Pedococcus acidulactis and Pedococcus pentazosoid. And the last group it is the control. It is the only commercial feed. This picture presents the schematic experiment of reining. The larval stage was carried out during 56 days. The pre-growth stage was carried out during 90 days, and the last step, the growth stage, was carried out during 6 months. In this picture, you can see me nourishing the, the fish during larval stage. The biochemical composition of fish flesh at the end of growth stage, 10 fish per formulation have been sacrificed, and the flesh of fish filled from the trunk were used for nutritional analysis. The analyses were focused on moisture, dry matter, fat content, protein content, ash content, carbohydrate content, and gross energy determination. The water quality was monitored by determining of abiotic water parameters such as pH, dissolved oxygen, temperature, dissolved solid, and salinity. The geochemical parameters of fish during the three stage were, were determined according to the formula in below. And the economic analysis were carried out according the mathematical formula in below. And all data obtained in this study were statistical analysis with Excel software. This table shows the water quality parameter during the three stages of raining, and whatever the stage, all parameter analysis it is the same. There are no significant difference between the parameter for between the different stage and the different formula. This table shows the zootechnical parameter of three stages of raining. Globally, the Pediococcus adilactici were distinguished from other formulations by final average weight, protein efficiency coefficient, and feed conversion ratio. At the larval stage, the height value of final average weight was obtained with Pediococcus adilactici, and is the same to the growth stage where the value it is higher than another formula. It is the same for protein efficiency coefficient where the value it is the height than another formula. It is the same observation for growth stage. In feed conversion ratio, it is the small value it is obtained in the larval stage with Pediococcus adilactici, and the small value was obtained with the same Pediococcus adilactici at the growth stage. This table showing the physiochemical and macronutrient composition of fish flesh. Pediococcus adilactici was distinguished from another formula by the protein content and the energy value, whereas IHS than another formula. Economic study indicate that the reduction rate of feed fish were most with Pedococcis adlactici with 13%. Globally, the growth performance most important was observed at the larvae stage and growth stage, where a greater significant difference was recorded, especially for final average weight, food conversion ratio, protein efficiency ratio. At nutritional point of view, sample of fish flesh from feed enriched with Pedococcis adlactici alone contain protein rate and gross energy most important. In future study, the Pedococcis adlactici could be used as probiotic to test growth performance of other fish species. Before a definitive conclusion, some analyses were mandatory, namely the carrying out of experimentation with 3 replicate tank, viability assessment of bacteria after spawning of fish in food and during storage, analysis of human parameters, microbial profiling, and good colonization. This work was supported by International Foundation of Science. Thank you for your attention.